Hey everybody, welcome back. I am so glad that you could join me. It is getting a little too warm this afternoon. It's 2 o'clock and no air conditioning, so it's a little too warm for me to be, playing with yarn. But I wanted to share with you what I have been doing today. I shared with you, I believe it was last week or thereabouts. I will put a link to that video down in the description box below for you guys to go check out if you haven't seen it. But it was a new breakthrough Tunisian crochet thing, or something that I could do a Tunisian crochet extended hooks. Well, that project that I was working on that day, I have since frogged, and I started a different project with that yarn, partly because it had nothing to do with the little mess ups that I had in that, but the yarn for me, it was hard to see what I was doing because of the variegated status. And I don't know about you guys, but with me anyway, I have my best thinking moments like when I can't sleep at night, or like first thing in the morning when I wake up. You're kind of in that groggy, I'm awake but not really awake stage. It's when I have my best ideas. Not that I always do them, but this time I actually did. Now in that video I was showing how I was doing knitting with an extended Tunisian crochet hook, like a cabled hook. So that project, I had started out with Tunisian crochet on the bottom, and then I was like, oh cool, maybe I could do this. Then I just started knitting, just going around instead of doing the return stitch, which when I do that, you just join it and then you go back. Well, if you keep going, you actually knit. And if you do, even when you do simple Tunisian, if you use a second color for a return stitch, in my experience, unless you, if you do increases, like when you're making a hat top down, or decreases, I've not been successful at taking it out. But if you do just a simple Tunisian stitch, you can pull that return stitch out and you have a very drapey knit look project. I've done that, but not for a project, but I have done that before. But anyway, this is what I've been doing this morning. This is an H hook. I'm not gonna pull my stuff back because I had a little oopsie a little bit ago. I probably need to get my stopper to put on there. These are the Denise interchangeable. No, this is not sponsored, but I do have these and I do absolutely love them. But I started this morning with just a simple, I did the chain and I joined it like I would do if I was going to be doing Tunisian crochet. I brought up my loops, and when I got back here, instead of doing the return stitch back, I put my marker and I just started with doing regular, like I would if I had some circular knitting needles. This is a circular crochet hook doing knit. Yeah, so but anyway, this is kind of modeled after the Ross hat. If you're familiar with that, that's one hat that I mentioned that I do a lot. But I've done all this with the H, and I think if I do this again, I will probably go down a size for the ribbing and then go up a size for the hat, but we'll see what the finished project looks like. But I marked my first stitch, so I did literally knit, 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 purl, purl, knit, knit, knit. So 3 knits, 2 purls, which I chained 80. And I will say, doing it this way, I'm gonna flip this over so you can see the back side of my work. My knit stitches on the ribbing on the reverse side look amazing. When I do it with knitting needles, they look really wonky. I don't like the way they look. Except for where I do have a few boo-boos because I was getting confused with what I was doing, which is pretty normal for me when I do ribbing. But honestly, the back side of this looks really good. This is my knits on the front side. This would be my purls on the front side. I think they look really good. Turn this back in so you can see this side again. Yeah, see my knits and my purls. I'm not gonna go through and find my boo-boos in the purls, but I do have a few. And I did kind of drop a stitch. No, I didn't drop a stitch. I did too many purls. I did like a knit, 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 purl, 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 and I didn't notice it until the next round. But it was very easy with the crochet hook. for me to take that and fix it. It doesn't look really good, but I fixed it. It's actually, go away fly and leave me alone. It's actually, you know, the correct stitch instead of the incorrect stitch like it was. But yeah, that's all I'm doing. I even changed colors. This is my beginning stitch right here. Don't worry about the gap, because what you do is I'm only going to do a couple rows of yellow. Actually, I need to tie it to here. So before I start with my blue again, I will actually take this and tie that. So that will take care of that gap. But yeah, this is, I'm sure I could do a few rows. And this is that teal and yellow. Did I show you that? Did you miss it? I don't remember because I wasn't looking. But yeah, this is where my join is. I'm just going to go ahead and, there it is, do that. And I'll make a knot there so that it's secure. And then when I get back around my yellow, I will just tie my two yellows together because I'm only going to do like 2 rows. And then I'll continue on with my blue. So it won't leave too much of a, you know, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm just holding this like I would normally hold a crochet hook to crochet. And I've actually put the, this is the extender piece. This is what the end of the cable looks like. I don't want to mess that up. So I took one of the extender pieces and just put that on there like that. That way these are, so you can, I just took the extender piece, sorry, I keep getting it closer to my person instead of under the camera. I didn't want to mess the extender section off, or the, you know, connector section on. So I took one of the extender pieces and just put on there. So this means I could take another cable and hook into this end and then, you know, keep going, but I don't need to do that. But this makes it, you know, kind of nice. And it just slides off. And if you notice, if you're a knitter, if you're knitting in the round, you only use one needle. The other needle just is there to hold, you know, your stitches. So yeah, just take it and slide it off. Yarn sticking to my fingers, so warm in here. Just like that, piece of cake. And when you do purl, just put it in front and do your purl stitch. But I'm not going to do the purl stitch because I'm not purling right now. But yeah, I found this to be so easy, total game changer. It took me an hour to do the ribbing on this. You know, it's an inch. I measured it. But it took me an hour to do an inch ribbing. Normally it would take me a lot longer to do an inch ribbing. So yeah, I'm going to put my stopper piece on this, take the extender off, put the stopper piece on there. And I'm going to stick this in the bag. I'm going to fix this video and then I'm going to upload it. And then I'm just going to chill and watch YouTube because, like I said, it is a bit too warm in here for me to want to touch yarn. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. I hope to finish this soon and show you what I have created. I have some more other ideas that I would like to incorporate with this new fandangled thing that I have come up with, and I will see you soon in my next video.